Hi, and welcome to another garden update. And I just keep talking, so I'm kind of hoping my neighbor's dogs caught a squirrel over there, so the squirrels will stop eating my tomatoes. And as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm throwing down some fertilizer and watering. So over here, you'll notice the corn is gone. It pretty much produced nothing, and died, so I just kind of ripped it out. Not sure I'm going to do that again. I moved the chard and all these buckets just up for convenience. I'm getting some of the chard leaves, if you look down here, are just dying off. I should probably cut some of those off that are dying. And I just keep harvesting it occasionally when I want chard on something. It seems to taste better fresh. Radishes, basically I just haven't bothered pulling these up. That was kind of an unsuccessful experiment. Now, I've moved all of my tomatoes that were sitting kind of in this area over to here, which gets them in the shade in the afternoon when it's really hot out. I got a recommendation from a guy at church to not have tomatoes in direct sunlight during the hot parts of the summer. I am getting lots of little blossoms on my tomatoes. I suppose these ones should get moved too. But not actually getting fruit. Oh, I take that back. I do have a little bit of fruit. A couple pieces of fruit. I didn't support all of my tomatoes as well as I should have, and I've got a few that have just kind of fallen over. So that's a lesson learned for later. Go over to here. Pretty much just more tomatoes. This one's putting on a bunch of flowers and a little bit of fruit that's already got end rot. So, and I definitely need to prune a lot of this guy. He's a little too bushy. This fella's looking healthier. Give him a little shake. So coming over here to the potatoes, they pretty much look the same. Get to the side. I have no idea when I'm going to need to harvest these, so from what I've seen, the above ground stuff will die and then it's time to dig. So I'm just waiting. Here's my jalapeno that turned out to be a tomato. The joys of not labeling your seeds right. But it seems to be doing well, and this is the one that's been in this corner, so it's kind of been shading most of its life. So I'm just kind of letting it go, continue that way. My poblano, actually, I'm pretty sure like most of that growth on this stem is in the last day or two. So I'm trying to increase my watering on all of these guys. I don't have any fruit or flowers on these that I can see, but keep an eye on them. Last year my poblanos got really tall before putting on fruit, so see how that goes. Over here to the Tabascos and Hootie, who's not doing his job. This Tabasco, I've still got peppers growing, and if I look down in there close, I've got one that's actually turning red. I'm expecting those to get a little bigger, but I need to do some more research. And this Tabasco is putting on a bunch of little flowers, so hopefully I'll get some fruit out of this guy soon. There's the Serrano, I believe that's the one I bought, and it's getting taller. I didn't bother to clip the top of any of my peppers like I probably should have, but I wasn't expecting to be at this house that long. Oh, okay, that one in back is the one I grew from seed. The one in front is the transplant, and the transplant Serrano is getting its first, it's getting a couple flowers. I'm sure you can see both of them in there. So hopefully I'll get some fruit soon. This habanero's also putting on flowers. Now it's a couple flowers. Let's see. Over in here we've got a few more. So hopefully I'll get something out of that. Over here, you can see I've got a pepper ripening up. So I'll probably pick that when I water. And these leaves here need to come off. That's pretty much a diseased leaf. And there's a couple more tomatoes I've still got over here where they just kind of grew all over the ground, so I've left them where they are because I don't want to deal with picking up and trying to move all that. And that one's kind of in a little shady spot. But as you can see, I'm getting a bunch of flowers, just no fruits. I'm going to give these guys some more fertilizer and water. But that's pretty much it for this week. My move is delayed once again, and this place is still for sale. So if you happen to want to buy some place in North Austin, right near Pflugerville, that happens to have 2 raised beds and a compost pile, put a note in the comments and I can hook you up with my realtor. And just as a quick addendum here, I forgot to mention this little guy down here. Turns out I had a tomato seed come over here and he just started growing, probably because my hose hookups leak a little. But hey, free tomato if it actually produces fruit.